Hey, thank you for coming by Tori Magoo 44. It is March. Congratulations. We're through another month. It's this month I'm celebrating St. Patrick's Day. It's a fun month. It really is. I'm from Chicago, and in Chicago there's a lot of Irish people in Chicago. They dye the river green, literally. They have so many fun, kooky things they do. It's very, very fun. But anyway, it's a great month, and another reason I wanted to tell you is that there are many, many people who are now out. One of the people that comes to mind is the mother who 2 years ago wrote me. Her daughter's in the Sea Org. She was very worried about her. I gave her some ideas. She tried them. It didn't work. So now a year later she called me again. We talked over some other possibilities, and she just wrote me. She's out. She's free. And that's fantastic. And I've been hearing about it more and more. Someone just called me today, and thank you. I will definitely call you. And, anybody who is thinking about leaving, if you have some questions, please feel free to call me. I think it's amazing that a number of the people that leave, one of the biggest things they'll say is, well, we heard you left your husband. And I wanted to clear that up. I made a whole video on it because, Scientology came around and tried to trash me on my neighborhood, writing this whole thing from Religious Freedom Watch, which nothing could be farther from the truth. Freedom means you can read both sides. They cannot. I've invited Joel Phillips to come over and hear my side. He kind of tried to brush it off. Okay, Tori, give me, send me an email. Willie, Joel, come on over, hear my side. We'll make a video about it, okay? Because this is flat out lies. I didn't leave my husband. I left a cult. I wasn't a runaway bride. That's a bunch of horseshit. First of all, I was married for 27 years, so I'm not a bride, okay? Secondly, I never deserted my family. That is not true. I left a cult, and I have a wonderful relationship with my family, except for Harold Bazazzi and Mr. OT8, who refuses to speak to me. Okay, so let's make that clear, all right? Saying that I never worked couldn't be farther from the truth. A, I was a wife. B, I was a mother. I homeschooled my son. I had great pride in that, and I still do to this day. I loved being a mom. I loved raising my son. Yes, I worked alongside of that, but I come from, an old school where it was more, it's different now where women, they have to have a career, and that's a good thing too, because when a lot of men get to 50 here in America, guess where they go? Bye, honey. See ya. Glad you raised the kids. I'm off to get some 20-year-old, which is an epidemic in this country. And I speak not just from me. At my job, I have spoken to tons and tons of women who their husbands get to around 50, they're out of there. So it probably is a good idea that you get a career and you do make sure you take care of you and the kids, because there's a good chance, no matter how great your guy is. I mean, I worked for a lady who did this for a living. She did seminars for women, because men are always protected. They have the house is in their name, the credit cards are in their name, all this stuff. So she did this seminar on how you, women, have to take care of yourself and make sure you build your own portfolio. So you've got, strength if they leave, if your marriage breaks up. Now me, I'm working there with her thinking, it's never going to happen to me. And I really didn't think so. When I got married, that was it. I was going to be married for life. I really believed that. So when I woke up from Scientology, it's like having your head in the sand, literally. And your choice is give up your freedom or take it back. That's it. There's nothing in between. It isn't like you're going to have to it for the people that are there. They're under the radar. I don't believe in that. It's like you are supporting all the families that cannot talk to their loved ones, all the fair game that is going on, the rip-offs, the young children that are getting roped into billion-year contracts. You have to remember, in 2000, when I woke up, I knew at that time 3 young people that I knew personally who had taken their own lives. One hung himself, and his mother found him. Okay, how horrible is that? One of my dearest friends shot himself to death. Another one jumped out of a window, Philip Gale, at MIT University. Brilliant young man, helped start Earthling, right? And the technical end of it. And he leaped out of a window on L. Ron Hubbard's birthday, okay? So these are like, and plus I knew tons of people who had died. So it was just like, for me, just unbelievable things had gone on when I woke up, right? So for me, I was taking back my life. It was like, I can't keep supporting this. So the people that are like, well, we're just under the radar because we want to stay with our friends. Everyone that does that, I understand it. I do from the bottom of my heart. You don't want to lose your family, and that I understand. But if it's just to hang with your friends, if every person who stood up and said this is not right, if you stood up and said it, it'd be over. That'd be it. The abuses would have to stop, period. Okay? They couldn't keep on. So keep that in mind. So that's where I was at. I knew too much shit had gone down. And it was like, I can't just stick my head in the sand and pretend like, oh, I want to be with my friends. It's like, no, I got to go figure out what's going on here. And I left the Clearwater. At the time, I did not believe Scientology did fair game, where they do the lie, cheat, steal, destroy someone utterly. This is flat out lies about me. She abandoned her husband. She spent all the money with QVC. Come over to my house. Where's the QVC stuff? I bought like 3 or 4 things from QVC. She never worked. Bullshit. I did work. And Hero Bazazian, you know the truth on that. Okay? You know it. I not only worked as a wife, as a mother, I had my own business, 2 businesses that I was very successful with, and I worked at some of the wise companies and was very successful at them. So, to say this stuff is just flat out stuff. And the bottom line is, if I left you, I wouldn't want to talk to you, would I? But I do. I'm like, oh, my door's open. Come in any time. I'm happy to talk to any Scientologist. I'm happy to talk to OSA. I don't care. Come on over. We'll make a video of it. Why? Because I'm not hiding anything. But you people have to stand behind lies. You have to stand behind this. And that's why you can't come make a video. Because what if this is flat out lies? Then you're going to have to look, aren't you? You might have to look at Russell Miller's book, Barefaced Messiah. I challenge the people that are out who, this is about L. Ron Hubbard. It's a true story about L. Ron Hubbard, right? It's a fabulous book, all right? I wasn't even interested in it myself. A very kind man sent it to me years ago, and I thank you for that. But I didn't read it because I was like, I know enough about Hubbard. I don't want to know more, right? But then seeing this thing on Parsons, Crowley, and Hubbard, it just twigged something for me. I was like, oh my God, I got to read more about this. And it is amazing to read the black magic and the shit that these guys were in Pasadena. I can't believe it. I mean, I can because it's documented, and he never was in Scientology, and it's factual. That's what happened, and you can cross-reference it and stuff like that. And plus, I've talked to people who knew it, you know what I mean? But it's just very interesting to really read the story. So there you go. For everyone that is helping expose the abuses of the Church of Scientology, that being the breaking up of families, stopping of free speech, for the OT level, stopping of free thoughts, ripping people off for money, the IJC, who is my only terminal. Remember, they don't do fair game, but at the bottom it says in the cancellation, this does not apply to suppressive persons. Oh, and they declared me suppressive. So that means it's okay to lie about me. Now, I understand that. Nancy Cartwright, John Travolta, these people. See where it says her only terminal is the IJC? You hear that when you're in. Oh, well, she's got a terminal, the IJC. The IJC won't talk to me. The IJC won't answer a letter. There is no terminal once you leave and you are declared. Now, it's okay with me. I'm fine on it. But it's not true. It's really creepy. And, for everyone that is waking up and kind of going, yeah, it is pretty creepy. It is pretty creepy. And all I can say is don't believe me. Read, look, listen, look at both sides, and then make up your own mind. And ask yourself this. Why can't the Church of Scientology say that? Why can't they say, look at both sides? Because they can't. And I know they can't. And David Miscavige, you are failing miserably. And you shall continue to fail until you stop these abuses. As long as you're doing the abusive actions, roping in the young kids to the billion-year contracts, all the things that you do, you are going to fail over and over and over. And that's why I say tick-tock, tick-tock, time is on our side. So thank you to everyone who is helping expose these abuses, wonderful things are happening. People are getting out. People are speaking out. And to everyone who is, I greatly thank you. So have a wonderful week, and I love you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.